Welcome to Bellwether Software. My name is Ben Thomas. I'm going to walk you through our EPMX solution today. I'm going to go ahead and log into the system. When I log in, I'm going to be greeted with all of the modules that are assigned to me. As you can see, there's everything all the way from Requisition to Invoice. And down on the bottom, there's a notification. You can customize this. As you can see, it says, so please get your purchase orders in before the holiday. I'm going to start with a brand new requisition. Now it's always going to default to the department that I'm in, along with the next requisition number in line. And they do go in numerical order. So I'm going to add a requisition. If I need to tie this to any sort of job code or project or GL account, I can certainly do that. I can suggest a vendor. So today we'll choose CDW. I can do an ad hoc item, so I could just add something in, put the quantity, the unit of measure, and the price. If I want to go ahead and add any instructions or attachments, I can do that as well. So we'll say, rush the order, please. And then any internal notes. So items are for new hire. Any attachment, whether it be a photo, a spec sheet, terms and conditions, or any sort of file type. Now, if I decide I want to add another product, I can. So I can go ahead and search. I can search by keyword, by vendor, by description, or by commodity code. So we'll choose IT equipment, and I will search for this Acer monitor that is inside IT equipment. Once these items are added, I can go ahead and review. So I see that my vendor is CDW and my total is $899.99. I'm going to go ahead and save. And the message that appears is telling me that I'm over the amount that I'm allowed to purchase for. So my limit is 0. You can set up limits to 100 all the way up to any amount you desire. And that will go up to the person to approve that particular requisition. So once I submit this requisition, it's going to go to my approving manager, and they will receive an email letting them know that the requisition has been approved or needs approval. So up at the top here, you can see the rec total, and then down on the bottom, you can see the 3 options we have. We can approve the requisition by going into the software. That allows you to make line-by-line decisions, view budget info, view any notes that were put in, or we can auto-approve it. The nice thing is, if you're on your mobile device, you can auto-approve by just clicking on the hyperlink, or you can auto-reject. So we'll go ahead and auto-approve. This will immediately send a notification to the requisitioner, letting them know that indeed their requisition has been approved. So now I know that either the buyer or myself can turn that requisition into a purchase order. They also have the option to turn that requisition into a quotation by sending it out to multiple vendors to get the best pricing. Today, we're just going to turn that into a purchase order. So what we'll do is go to POs from Requisitions. We're going to log in as the buyer. So POs from Requisitions. And we're going to search for the requisition that we just approved. Think of this as like an inbox. And this is all of the requisitions that are assigned to me that I need to turn into purchase orders. So I could start and choose 1376. Now, if I wanted to, I could select all of these and go ahead and create a standard purchase order, as long as they're the same vendor. But for now, I'm just going to choose the one that we just did. This is going to pull all the data over from the requisition, assign a new PO number. And what we need to do here is go ahead and review to make sure that this is okay to send to our vendor. So it's going to CDW. Our contact is Heather. And then down on the bottom, we see the total. I'm going to go ahead and save. And go ahead and send this to my vendor. I can either email, fax, or print. I'm going to email this. It's always going to give you an email template, and it's always the subject is the PO number. And the nice thing is the requisitioner will get notified that that has been ordered, and then we will get a copy of the purchase order. So here is the PO. And we can go ahead and put your logo and any information on here, as well as an authorized signature down on the bottom. Once we send that item, the PO out, we just need to wait for those items to come in. And when they do arrive, we'll do what's called a two-way match. So we'll go into our receiving, and what we're matching up is the purchase order against the packing slip. So we'll go ahead and put in our PO number, and this will populate the items that should be in the box. Now we have the option to auto receive, or we can go ahead and go line by line and accept the items that come in. You can also do a partial receipt. Let's say you ordered 5 of something and there's only 3. That'll leave 2 remaining, and that will leave that PO open until you do receive the other items. So we'll go ahead and save. And this will give you this receiving ticket, also letting the requisitioner know that those items have been received. Now, if you have our inventory module, those items will drop into inventory and update your inventory accordingly. Your last step in the procure to pay process is your three-way match. So we want to match up your PO against your packing slip against your invoice. So we'll go ahead and choose PO number 1278. Oops. Start over here. And this is going to populate all of the items that were received. So when we pull out our invoice from our vendor, it should match up with the invoice that we have here. So 1061.99, we're going to go ahead and put in the invoice number. We can scan and attach the invoice and review the PO against this data to make sure it matches up. And put the invoice date in, and then any terms codes that are needed. If there needs to be any changes on here, we can add shipping, and then that will ask for approval because that was changed. So that will ask for an invoice approval. And we'll do the same thing that we did while sending the purchase order or the requisition. So we're going to go ahead and approve the invoice. It's going to make me log in really quick. And it's going to approve that invoice. Once that invoice is approved, it's going to go and hang out in this invoice bridge. So there may be 100 other invoices in here. And all we would need to do is go in and process invoices, not pass to AP. Basically, sending all this data over to accounting. We're going to go ahead and choose Run. And then that's going to create an Excel file that we can then load into our accounting system as a bill to be paid. And the benefit to that is it takes away your duplicate entry as well as any manual entry. So the finance team usually loves this portion. So also within our EPMX system, you can manage your inventory. So if you want to check the status of any of your inventoried items, if you want to do any transactions, you can do that as well. If you have fixed assets, you can manage your assets within our system. If you have any IT equipment or anything you want to assign to an employee, you'll know at all times where anything is. The other option our system offers is our contract manager. So if you have a lot of contracts from different vendors, they can all be housed in our system. You can also receive alerts with expirations for renewals, 30, 60, 90, 120 days out. You'll get an email notifying you when those contracts are about to renew or expire. This has been a presentation of our EPMX system. Thank you.